Davis.
Let's talk about something equally as interesting, that being Mike Duffy. Mike Duffy's saga broke back in 2013. The Conservatives took their biggest hit. Their numbers went way down. Now, of course, the trial is underway. An election on the horizon. Will this Duffy sequel, will that affect the campaign, do you think? It will affect the results?
Well, I think that if we had felt that way as Conservatives, perhaps you would have seen a spring election so that we could, leapfrog before.
So you avoided the spring election because of Duffy?
No, Alex. If we wanted to avoid Duffy, we would have had a spring election before the trial began, but clearly we are not that concerned about this. Did we take a hit in 2013? Sure we did. We're talking about fiscal responsibility, about changes to the Senate that we had wanted to have done, and meanwhile, one of our very own senators acted like a complete tool and used money that he wasn't supposed to. Or perhaps was supposed to. We don't really even know, because there have been varying degrees of how people understand all these Senate expenses.
Yeah. You know what? The rules and regulations aren't clear. No. And first of all, those rules should have been made clear. There's a lot of gray areas as to what is your permanent home and what is your, your hotel room or what have you. All this stuff, to me, it's intriguing. It should be made into a 3-part miniseries on TV.
With Donald Sutherland.
Having said that, I don't know how much of the general public is really that concerned about what's going on. If there was sex involved, there was another woman on the side, and that would have been made a lot more interesting. Then you would have seen people's ears and eyes pop open. But what's going on now?
That's
it's
only the
be,
Liberal Party.
But
I was thinking that, but I wasn't going to say it because I'm the moderator.
You know what? But the whole thing about what's going on, he did wrong. He knows he did wrong. You know what? And I don't know whether he likes his camembert and broken crackers or not, but the whole mess in the Senate somebody needs to go in there with a broom and sweep it up.
Alex?
Let's not sweep it up. Let's roll it up. Roll up the red carpet.
Roll up the rim.
So I think what I think is most fascinating here is that the Conservative Party is paying for Duffy's legal expenses, but they're not paying for anyone else's. They're not paying for Pamela's expenses or Brazeau. I think that's his name. And but I think what's interesting here is why. I think that Duffy might have something on the Conservatives. I think he might have something on Harper. And I think if that comes out, that will be the major story. Why else are the Conservatives paying for just Duffy's legal expenses?
Maybe that's why he wanted to have a news conference before he went into the courthouse that you were talking. Let's talk here. Let's set something up here. Yeah. And his lawyer said, absolutely not. We're going to talk in court. So,
but clearly he wants to talk to the press.
He wants to talk to the press because he feels comfortable as a former journalist, perhaps, in front of the press. We were talking on the show earlier that he wants to have his day in court in front of the media as opposed to in the actual courtroom.
So you think he's got some really dirty
I do not think so. I think that he is really grasping at straws in this case, and he's trying to bring down as many people as he can with
Then why are the Conservatives paying for it, Tara?
We'll go that in the next round.
All right, let's do that. Duffy on trial, 31 charges, including fraud for improper living expenses, bribery against the Prime Minister's office. Is his defense making a case for his